So random thoughts on the Appalachian Trail. So I'm about 2 miles from Fontana Dam in the Smokies, and I've been thinking a lot today about just how much I've shifted and changed, and how much more I still got to go, and how I used to allow others to influence me, and in such a way, like my whole being was dependent upon what other people were doing and following the crowd, and that's okay. I needed every single step of that. And you know, I realized today, with very minimal knowledge that I have, that everything influences everything, whether we're conscious of it or not, whether we see it or not, whether we're focused on it or it's on our periphery and we don't even know it's there. Everything impacts us in a certain way. Everything vibrates at a certain level and has some sort of influence on us, just as we have some sort of influence on everything. You know, this water bottle vibrates at a certain level, and I kind of like it. I've been with him for a couple of miles now, and sometimes we talk to each other, and I'm really digging this water bottle. But I don't allow it to influence me any more than it's supposed to today, right? I could throw it away when I get to Fontana and get a different water bottle, and it could be a different shape and a different size and a different brand. It's still gonna quench my thirst, right? It's like they say, a smile goes a long way. So when you see a homeless person or somebody who doesn't look like you, and do you cross the street? Do you clutch your purse or grab your wallet, or do you smile and nod? And each one of those actions influences in some way, and those are conscious influences. So it's Monday, and April 8th, and I guess today is the eclipse. And I've gotten a few phone calls of people, and they know I live kind of a conscious, purposeful, intentional life. And they ask me spiritual life, and they ask me what the significance of the eclipse is for me. And a lot of people are talking about it on the trail, and I'm hoping to get this out before it actually happens. But so what significance does the eclipse have to me? And I am absolutely know zero about astrology. I know nothing about the position of planets or the impact it has on, you know, Earth or other planetary systems, and zero. I'm 100% confident that it has some sort of subconscious influence over me. My dude. Morning. But I no longer allow inanimate objects any more influence over me than this water bottle. I'm sure I'll look up, and I'm sure I'll say it's pretty cool, and then I'll just keep trekking north. I don't allow things external to me to influence me anymore. At least I think I don't, or at least not consciously. And I still fall into old patterns and old ways, and still there's a part of me that still wants to follow the crowd and still wants to get noticed, and the ego is a very, very difficult thing to kill. And I think I did a video on this before. You can't kill it, right? And So it's okay, and I accept myself as who I am today. But I try not to allow inanimate objects or even animate objects, people or other things or material possessions or anything external to me to influence me anymore. I'm sure they still do, but it's on a much, 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 much smaller scale than it used to be. And a greater question is, do you allow positions of the planets or external things, material possessions, water bottles, wine glasses, golden chalices or cups or jewelry or things to have more influence over you than what they were intended to? And even a more important question is, how are you influencing others and the things around you? Are you doing the best you can to be a positive influence and to show kindness and love? Or do we cross the street and clutch our wallets and scowl at people that are different than us? And there's no judgment either way. This is just my random thoughts, and I am no expert on any of this. But I try to influence positively more than I do to be influenced. I try not to follow the crowd, and I took a left a little while ago and paved my own path, and I try to be a positive example to others. And I know that everyone has their own path, but I am no longer dependent upon astrology or fortune telling or horoscopes to influence me today. And I'm sure there's some significance there. I'm absolutely sure there is. I allow them about as much vibration as I do this water bottle. Because if I'm thinking about what my future is going to be, I'm not living purposely or intentionally today. And that's my whole goal, is to just stay in the moment and live intentionally and purposely today. I'm sure I will look up and say, man, that's beautiful. And it's part of nature. But my influence today comes from within, from intuition, from the divine within, the higher self, the God, the Holy Spirit, the presence, the creator, the Atman. Whatever somebody calls it, that's where I get my influence today. That's where I get my direction. That's where I seek the answers. That's where I ask the questions. Now, certainly, I have a crew of people that I go to for advice, and to make sure that it's not this making decisions and it's this. It's a total eclipse of the heart, man. I don't need the position of the planets to determine my mood today. I don't allow inanimate things or even adamant things to have any more influence over me than they're supposed to. Do you? And maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. But that's just my random thoughts today on the Appalachian Trail. I think it's Monday, April 8th. Be in the Smokies by tomorrow. Wish me luck.